Hello guys, today I am taking you on a tour of my world, which is this, just here. You can see that, something over there as well, but the chunk hasn't loaded, of course. Oh my god. I am Lunatic, if you don't already know who I am, and boop, we are going to go into thing. Here's Lunar Towers, it's my logo. I thought, I think I'm going to use that throughout my videos, might have it as my background on my thing. I quite like that. This is the first thing I actually made in this world. It has a bit of a weird board, don't quite know what I'm doing with that yet. And this is, I think, 70 blocks, no, this is 80 blocks high, this tower. I'm going to make one even bigger, which is going to be behind it, and I'm going to get rid of this tower, which will take me a while to get rid of. And I'm just going to give you a tour of my world on Minecraft Creative. I've got a few things going on, I've got a few things planned out, I've got a few things I need to show you guys that are going to be watching this, and I've got a few things planned. So let's start this tour. Okay guys, now we are here at my first thing I need to show you, which this is my PvP map, which is called the Clearing, which will be obvious when we get into it. It's called the Clearing because if I go up, if I fly up, as you can see, this is a largely wood-based map with a town in the middle of it, and that is where the Clearing is. Anyway, this is made of, I think this is made of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's made of 11 houses, all in the Tudor style. If you want, I can actually make tutorials on this sort of stuff. This is my PvP map, so of course it's got all this stuff on it, all this good stuff. There's a pig over there just wandering around. This is actually a reformed NPC village that I found. I found an NPC village. I do like NPC villages, but the thing is, I wanted to make it a bit more interesting, so I started up. This blacksmith wasn't actually here. This is a redone blacksmith, but I started off with basically this street just here, and then all the useless houses that you see. There was a library. It's all been changed into a Tudor style because that's my favourite style. Some of the houses you can probably tell are easier to make than others. Most of them have been made in around 10 to 20 minutes. It was a bit of a speed build on my part. Most of the time was taken up by the terraforming of the land, because there's this hill just here. There's shops. I've tried to make it into a bit more of a Tudor village. You'll tell this is a PvP map in a minute. This hill, being that it's super flat, wasn't here. I made it so it looks a bit more interesting, because if you don't have hills, then it's going to look a bit less interesting. There are 3 houses around the map where you will start if you're doing PvP on this map, which is awesome. If any of you want to do PvP on this map, PM me or something. PM me, and then I'll let you onto this map. I'll take you through the rules. You just have to be on Skype to do that. I can take you through the rules. I can also send you a message with all the rules on. If you're not on Skype, I'd be amazed if you're not on Skype. I think everybody's on Skype. I've got libraries. I've basically just taken a village and completely redone it to a Tudor style. You can tell this by the look of this, which is simply the basic. Well, if I can get through the door, this is the basic church, but redone to any kind of Tudor style. It's got wooded all over. I redid the top, so it looks better. It is obvious. I've got my graveyard just here. Everything looks old. I've cracked it all up, and the trees give it a really good thing. As you can tell, the path I think has been worked on really effectively. This is probably my favourite part of the entire design, was me doing this path. It's just that this path was probably my main part of the design that I was doing. Anyway, I'll now take you to the next thing in my world. The next thing in my world is really unfinished, but I'll show it to you guys anyway. And we're on to our next thing, guys. This is my House of Horror. This will be going into my Halloween special episode, as you can probably tell by the look of it. After the Halloween special episode, this will be completely redone, so it actually looks good. As you can see, I've literally just got these windows right here This house is 75% done, and the entire map's about 60% done. So this is going up on Halloween, so I've got to work a bit hard on this. You can tell I've tried to make it as dark inside as possible, because on the Minecraft Xbox 360 version of the game they haven't decided to bring in lighting yet. I've just thrown an ender pearl on the ground. They haven't decided to bring in a way of spawning monsters. Well, I have to do it naturally, so I've made it as dark as I possibly can, but I've tried to make it as detailed, because of the limitations of not having no windows. I've got this brilliant thing just here, and I've got indents in the castle. This has been made with the use of fences. The fences don't connect, so it doesn't look as effective as I'd want it to, because I do play on the Minecraft PC version and the Minecraft Xbox version. All the windows, instead of being normal windows, are simply these. You can still look out of them, but they let in little light, but they look quite effective and they're quite good. All of these are cracked and designed quite well by me. Everything I do is just me. I don't like having other people into my world. As you can tell, this isn't finished because I haven't got this right here, and the bottom floor is simply made of stone as well. This is probably my favourite bit of the entire design, is this bit, because of the entrance. The entrance has this, and the entrance has redstone torches which give just enough light for mobs to spawn down there, but this area is basically a safe zone, as mobs won't spawn there, more or less. This is going to be my other area. Haven't entirely finished this, as you can probably tell by the look of the table. The table is being completely redone. I don't like this table idea, and we're going to go upstairs. We are going to go upstairs. All of these places, I've not finished any of these rooms apart from the master room, which is just here, which has bookshelves and is the only place with glass in the windows, and as you can probably tell, looks way better than when it doesn't have glass in the windows. I'll be getting rid of that glass specifically for the design, and then I'm going to be doing another world tour after the Halloween, so I can show you what it looks like. This is upstairs. I've added a few things, so I will actually have somebody else in the world which is going to basically stalk me throughout the game, and it's going to be quite weird and a bit freaky. I'm going to add stuff in these chests, and these are supposed to be effectively like the outside. I've added a few pieces of furniture just here that I quite like the look of. Just sit on this chair. Hello, I'm sitting on my chair. Sitting on my throne room chair thing. Anyway, so this is my second idea. You will see a lot more of this in upcoming episodes. We're going over this a lot more. It's going to be getting a lot more detailed. I do like building. It's probably the most enjoyable thing on Minecraft, so I've been spending quite a lot of time on houses and stuff. And we're going to go to the next build. And finally on my world tours is this, which is probably my favourite thing on the world, and it is probably the most in development easily at this point in time, and it is my space shuttle, which I will be doing in which I'll be doing in an episode or two. And this is basically probably the biggest build on my world up to now. I believe it's about 120 blocks long at this point in time. It might be getting even bigger, I don't know, but I'll be basically taking you through this. This is nowhere near finished, this one. This is absolutely nowhere near finished. There's going to be way more detail put into this one, but as you can see by the outside, we've got glass on the roof to show, well, basically, and this is part of LunaCorp, like the first thing was. Luna Corporations, whatever you want to call it. And there's tons of glass in this one, tons of iron, a lot of these which work really effectively together, and a lot of black. So this is probably one of my more high-tech builds. I've been working on my high-tech. I usually take to quite low-tech things. I usually keep to Tudor. As you can see, this is a map of the world. Isn't very accurate, being that the world I'm on is super flat, so it's literally just grass. We've got to make it a bit more interesting, so I assume I'm on this bit, which we assume is a super flat bit, or this bit, I don't know. This bit's more likely. We'll call it that we're on this bit just here, and the inside of this is massive and will look far more detailed in a bit. I'll be going over these. This is maybe a PvP map, probably not. This is probably going to be a big build, and I'll probably do a large thing on this in a while. This is going to be definitely on the channel. As you can see, there's tons of glass used in this, tons of iron, absolutely loads of iron. Iron is just the major building component in this. There's world maps. This is going to be way more detailed once I've done it. The engine is going to be back there. It's going to be probably dual engined, so it's going to be like that. And then there's going to be a way out just here, so it's going to be amazing. I've got it's got the 2 spear design that I love. I think I took the entire design and more or less embiggened it from something from Star Trek, the Clone Wars. Not the Clone Wars. Attack of the Clones. I don't know how I could get that wrong and how I said Star Trek, it's Star Wars. But hey, we'll say Star Trek. We'll lie and say it was Star Trek, even though it isn't. It's been mainly worked on outside, so the outsides for it are finished, apart from that it needs to go back and be brought out so I can put engines on either side. But the outsides of this are more or less finished. The insides are what we're going to work on for, I think, tomorrow. I'll probably have the video out by Tuesday for this. This might be a 10-minute long video of me just wandering around here. I don't know. Might do something with this. You can do quite a lot with this sort of stuff. But hey. Anyway, guys. Now looking at our map, I will say goodbye to you guys. Goodbye. My name has been ZXLunatik, and goodbye.